The following charges are afforded to Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, the alleged co-conspirator and orchestrator of the September 11, 2001 terrorist attacks. The charges are coming from this Combatant Status Review Tribunal input and recommendation for continued detention under the Department of Defense control for Guantanamo detainee, ISN US 9KU-1000Z4DP, Khalid Sheikh Mohammed. The reasons for continued detention are for a number of crimes he has allegedly confessed to. Take note that all of these charges that he is currently being prosecuted for came under the duress of torture, whereas the CIA calls it enhanced interrogation techniques, including being waterboarded 183 times in 3-week period. Khalid Sheikh Mohammed is a senior operational planner, recruiter, and financier for Al-Qaeda's global terrorist network. He was the mastermind of the September 11, 2001 terrorist attacks on the World Trade Center and the Pentagon. Khalid Sheikh Mohammed has described himself as the head of Al-Qaeda's military committee, and the detainee has specifically stated he is the enemy of the United States. These charges will be read off the JTF, the Joint Terrorism Force, Gitmo detainee profile. Charge 1, Al-Qaeda operations and plans. Detainee is one of Al-Qaeda's key operational planners linked to a majority of Al-Qaeda's major international operations. September 11, 2001 hijackings, 2,973 killed, 24 missing and presumed dead. At a meeting in Tora Bora arranged for by deceased Al-Qaeda military commander Mohammed Atef, aka Abu Hafs al-Masri, Khalid Sheikh Mohammed presented Osama bin Laden with the idea for various terrorist operations, including his rendition of what became the September 11th hijacker plot. Bin Laden requested detainee to formally join Al-Qaeda, which detainee stated he declined. In late 1998 or early 99, bin Laden gave permission for detainee to proceed with the September 11, 2001 operation. At that time, detainee accepted bin Laden's standing invitation to work directly with Al-Qaeda, swearing bayat, loyalty. Saif al-Adil remarked that Mohammed Atef arranged 4 cells to transfer and exchange communication between the leader, Mohammed Atta, of the hijackers and the base command. Khalid Sheikh Mohammed was in charge of the 2nd cell in Pakistan. Charge 2, 1993 World Trade Center bombing that killed 6 and injured 1,042. In 1991 or 1992, Khalid Sheikh Mohammed assisted his nephew, Ramzi Youssef, with planning an attack in the United States on the World Trade Center. In the fall of 1992, Khalid Sheikh Mohammed and Youssef had numerous telephone conversations discussing the progress of the operation, and for which Youssef sought additional funding. On November 3rd, 1992, Mohammed wired $660 from Qatar to the bank of Youssef's co-conspirator, Mohammed Salameh. Mohammed was indicted for his role in the 1993 World Trade Center bombing in January of 1996. Charge 3, the 1998 East Africa bombings, which killed 257 and injured 4,085. In late August of 98, a foreign government sent a list of names of individuals who flew into Nairobi before the Al-Qaeda attack on the U.S. Embassy in Nairobi. The CIA reportedly recognized one of the pastors' names as an alias for detainee. Detainee is Khalid Sheikh Mohammed. Detainees' involvement in Al-Qaeda's chemical and biological development. Charge number 4. In August of 2001, Khalid Sheikh Mohammed had conversations with Mohammed Atef and learned that Al-Qaeda was pursuing the development of anthrax-related technologies to used in operations. Abu Harith al-Malisi, aka Abu Haris, asked Khalid Sheikh Mohammed in the summer of 2001 to move crates containing biological laboratory equipment from Karachi to Kandahar. This further convinced Khalid Sheikh Mohammed of an al-Qaeda effort to produce anthrax. After his discussions with Mohammed Atef, detainee said he assumed the special laboratory near Tarnak Farms was related to anthrax development efforts, and the equipment he was asked to transfer from Karachi to Kandahar circa May of 2001 was for that laboratory. Khalid Sheikh Mohammed was present in CNN videotape showing al-Qaeda's chemical testing on dogs and was reportedly in regular consultations with noted poison and explosive expert Abu Kabab al-Masri. Immediately prior to the fall of Kandahar in late 2001, Jemaah Islamiyah member Yazid Sufat stayed at Khalid Sheikh Mohammed's home for 6 days. Yazid told Mohammed he was developing anthrax for al-Qaeda and was happy in his work. Yazid was giving biology lessons to 2 al-Qaeda operatives, Abu Bakr al-Filistini and al-Hud al-Sudani. When detainee queried Yazid Sufat about the danger of his research, Yazid indicated there was little to worry about since he, Bakr, and al-Hudi all had anthrax vaccines. As al-Qaeda was leaving Afghanistan, Sufat planned to reinstate the anthrax program in Pakistan. Charge 4. In early September 2002, an undated letter was recovered as a result of a raid in Karachi. Abd al-Rahim Ghulam Rabbani, as an al-Qaeda facilitator with close ties to Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, provided an assessment of the meaning of the letter written by detainee to Hamza al-Sahir. The letter appeared to use code words for a possible poison attack. PK 1460 said Khalid Sheikh Mohammed spoke often of trying to acquire or make poisons and to use them in attacks. Charge 5. Detainee had numerous plots and plans for operations targeting the United States, its allies, and its interests worldwide, including the Bojinka plot. Bojinka called for the simultaneous downing of 12 American airlines over the Pacific Ocean. Ramzi Youssef enlisted several co-conspirators from the 1993 World Trade Center bombing to help with this plot. The plot was funded by Abdullah Azam and bin Laden's Afghan Jihad Services Directorate in Pakistan. Khalid Sheikh Mohammed planned 3 other plots in 1994, along with Ramzi Youssef, in which Khalid Sheikh Mohammed plans 2 separate assassination plots, one against Pope John Paul II and the other against President Clinton during their respective trips to the Philippines and bombing U.S.-bound cargo carriers. During the summer of 2001, Khalid Sheikh Mohammed approached bin Laden with proposals for other attacks on targets in Thailand, Singapore, Indonesia, and the Maldives. Khalid Sheikh Mohammed claimed he asked U.S. citizen al-Qaeda operative Jafar al-Taqiyar, aka Adnan Shuknajuna, to conduct surveillance on the Panama Canal as part of an eventual plan to detonate 1 or 2 explosive-laden ships transitioning the waterway. Khalid Sheikh Mohammed said Jafar al-Tayyar was given a more general tasking in 2001, spotting and conducting surveillance of potential targets across the United States. Khalid Sheikh Mohammed provided information on the operatives he chose to participate in the attack on Heathrow Airport in London. There were 2 primary cells for the attack: the United Kingdom-based cell tasked to obtain pilot training from a commercial flight school in Kenya, and a Saudi Arabia-based cell tasked to identify martyr candidates to assist in the aviation attack. Charge 6. Khalid Sheikh Mohammed was a key constituent in the joining of al-Qaeda and Jemaah Islamiyah, though Jemaah Islamiyah leader Ridwan bin Isamuddin, aka Hambali, who contributed to the facilitation of planning al-Qaeda operations, in Southeast Asia. In 1996, detainee invited Hambali to Afghanistan to meet with bin Laden. Hambali spent 3 or 4 days with bin Laden, and at the conclusion of their meetings, bin Laden indicated that Al-Qaeda and Hambali's organization, the Jemaah Islamiyah, unofficially agreed to work together on targets of mutual interest. In 1998, Jemaah Islamiyah spiritual leader, Abu Bakr Bashir, formally accepted bin Laden's offer to ally the Jemaah Islamiyah with Al-Qaeda. Hambali met with detainee in Karachi to arrange for Jemaah Islamiyah members to train at Al-Qaeda camps in Afghanistan. In 1999, detainee provided money and instructions to Hambali to look at options for attacking the U.S. Embassy in Jakarta, Indonesia. In January, February 2002, Khalid Sheikh Mohammed said he aided Hambali's exit from Afghanistan by acquiring a legitimate Indonesian passport in which Hambali's photo was substituted. Khalid Sheikh Mohammed arranged for a courier to deliver funds from Al-Qaeda to Jemaah Islamiyah leaders in Indonesia to conduct 3 terrorist bomb attacks, including the 2002 Bali bombings, the 2003 Marriott Hotel bombing in Jakarta, and the 2004 attack on the Australian Embassy in Jakarta. Manila portions of September 11, 2001, in which Khalid Sheikh Mohammed split the September 11, 2001 operation into 2 parts to have a greater effect. The second operation involved a smaller version of the Bojinka plot, which included hijacking U.S. flag commercial airlines, flying Pacific routes and exploding the aircraft in midair rather than flying the aircraft into targets. In spring of 2000, bin Laden canceled the East Asia portion of the operation. Khalid Sheikh Mohammed instructed hijacker Nawaf al-Hazmi and operatives Wali bin Attash, other nicknamed Khalid, and Zohair Mohammed Saeed, aka Abu Bara al-Tazini, on Western culture and travel in preparation for operations. Approximately 2 months prior to the September 11th attacks, Khalid Sheikh Mohammed took several bin Laden bodyguards, including Abd al-Rahman Shahalabi Isa, Abd al-Malik Abd al-Wahhab, volunteers Abu Hafs al-Kuwaiti, and Abu Musab al-Hashidi to Karachi to teach them English and American culture in preparation for the attacks. U.S. and Israeli embassies in Manila. In August of 2001, Khalid Sheikh Mohammed gave operative Mohammed Mansour Jabara $10,000 American and sent him to Manila, Philippines, to bomb U.S. and Israeli embassies. Jabara embarked on his mission one day before the September 11, 2001 attacks. It was to be a joint operation with Al-Qaeda supplying the suicide bombers and the funding, and Jemaah Islamiyah purchasing the explosives and making the plans. Khalid Sheikh Mohammed stated that as an enemy of the United States, he thought about the U.S. policies with which he disagreed and how he could change them. Khalid Sheikh Mohammed's plan was to make U.S. citizens suffer, especially economically, which would put pressure on the U.S. government to change its foreign policies. Targeting priorities were determined by initially assessing those that would have the greatest economic impact, and secondly, which would awaken people politically. Khalid Sheikh Mohammed discussed his involvement in the September 11th attacks with Abu Zubaydah. When Abu Zubaydah asked whether Mohammed had any other operations ready, Khalid Sheikh Mohammed replied that the September 11th attacks had been his dream and life's work. Khalid Sheikh Mohammed also noted that because he did not hit the White House during the September 11th attacks as intended, that he would somehow try to attack the White House again one day due to its symbolic value to America. Khalid Sheikh Mohammed told CIA interrogators that Al-Qaeda had planned to create a nuclear hellstorm in America. Jewish targets in New York, especially in early of 2001, at bin Laden's direction, Khalid Sheikh Mohammed sent Al-Qaeda operative Isa al-Bratini to surveil potential economic and Jewish targets in New York City. In late 2001, Khalid Sheikh Mohammed directed a plan for a commercial airplane to be hijacked and flown into the tallest building in California, using at least 2 separate shoe bombs to gain access to the cockpit. CIA and FBI headquarters and nuclear power plants in which Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, along with potential targets, considered CIA and FBI headquarters nuclear power plants in the U.S. and in the state of Washington as potential targets. Khalid Sheikh Mohammed deployed Ali Salah Muhammad Kala al-Masri to travel to the United States as an al-Qaeda sleeper agent with the mission to explore possibilities for hacking into mainframe computers of U.S. banks. Following on attacks in the U.S., Khalid Sheikh Mohammed intended for al-Qaeda operative Zacharias Moussaoui to participate in a follow-on attack in the United States unrelated to the September 11, 2001 attacks. In April of 2002, Khalid Sheikh Mohammed tasked al-Qaeda operative Ilmin Faris, aka Faris Iman, to provide a complete study on the procedure for entering cargo areas of airports. Detainee planned to hijack cargo planes and simultaneously fly those planes into several airport terminals across the United States. Khalid Sheikh Mohammed also tasked Faris to destroy the Brooklyn Bridge by cutting the suspension cables. Abu Zubaydah in early 2002 sent Binyan Ahmed Mohammed and operative Jose Padilla to Khalid Sheikh Mohammed to discuss future operations in the United States. Mohammed directed Padilla to travel to Chicago, Illinois, rent an apartment, and initiate a natural gas explosion to cause the building to collapse. Khalid Sheikh Mohammed told ET 1458 to join Padilla in Chicago on this mission. Mohammed also directed Padilla to study the feasibility of an operation to set fire to a hotel or a gas station in the United States. Ammar al-Baluchi reported that ET 1458 and Padilla stayed in the Karachi guest house for approximately 1 week, during which time Ammar saw ET 1458 and Padilla conversing with Khalid Sheikh Mohammed. Baluchi claimed that even after Padilla's arrest and association with a dirty bomb plot in the media, he did not discuss the matter with Khalid Sheikh Mohammed. Charge number 7. Khalid Sheikh Mohammed was designated by bin Laden as the al-Qaeda chief of external military operations, in which Khalid Sheikh Mohammed was also in charge of propaganda and facilitation for the al-Qaeda network. Senior al-Qaeda operative Abu Zubair al-Halili stated that Khalid Sheikh Mohammed was in charge of operational planning and execution for operations external to Afghanistan. Bin Laden placed detainee in charge of the al-Qaeda Media Committee as of October of 2000. When Afghanistan fell to coalition forces in December of 2001, Khalid Sheikh Mohammed stated he was put in charge of evacuating the families during the coalition bombardment of Afghanistan. According to Saif al-Adil, Abu Muhammad requested a meeting. The meeting was held on the Saturday after Mohammed Atef's death, probably around November 17, 2001, to select a new emir and to make decisions on the evacuation of the families. Sheikh Saeed al-Masri and Khalid Sheikh Mohammed supported the effort to evacuate the women outside of Afghanistan and took the necessary steps to achieve the objective. In early 2002, Khalid Sheikh Mohammed gave Saifullah Paracha between $500,000 and $600,000 for safekeeping. Khalid Sheikh Mohammed stated 6 months earlier he had asked PK 1094 to research offshore companies to hold al-Qaeda funds. Khalid Sheikh Mohammed's 3 brothers, Zahid Sheikh Mohammed, the director of the Kuwaiti Lanjat al-Dawa organization in Quetta, Pakistan, Abud Sheikh Mohammed, and Aref Sheikh Mohammed. His older brother, Abid, supported the anti-Soviet jihad by fighting in Afghanistan when he was killed. This significantly affected and influenced Khalid Sheikh Mohammed to support jihad. His other older brother, Zahid, was an active supporter of various humanitarian assistance programs in Afghanistan and helped establish the Muslim Brotherhood in Kuwait. Khalid Sheikh Mohammed's 6 cousins detained Ramzi Youssef, captured for his role in 1993, Abud al-Samad, Abud al-Karim, Abu Musab al-Baluchi, Abu Khalid al-Baluchi, and Hashim Abid al-Aziz, and Ammar al-Baluchi, respectively, handled some of the most sensitive logistic and administrative matters for al-Qaeda operatives based in or transitioning to Pakistan. Ammar al-Baluchi played a key role as financier, facilitator for Khalid Sheikh Mohammed's operations. These are the charges, as well as dozens and dozens more, which are being prosecuted by the United States government. And even though he was tortured mercilessly, we are now led to believe that either all of these charges are false, all of these charges are true, or that some of the charges are true and some are false. The key point in which the government wants us to make a decision is to be indecisive at best, so that we may never know the actual truth regarding Khalid Sheikh Mohammed and the September 11th, 2001 terrorist attacks. Maybe that's why they tortured them after all.